everyone, it's Dot, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to go over my first week of my new eating challenge. And for those of you who may not know, you may have missed some of the posts I did on my blog, but beginning January 1, my husband and I decided to do a 30-day carnivore challenge. So that means that for 30 days, all of January, we're going to be eating only meat, basically. Beef primarily, although we'll have a little bit of pork and some chicken in there and some fish. Eggs are allowed on the diet that we're doing, or the version of the diet that we're doing. We're cutting out dairy completely, so no cheese, even though that's an animal product and allowed. The only exception is a little bit of cream in our coffee in the morning, and actually we're phasing out the coffee beginning the second week, which is tomorrow. I thought I'd give you an idea of how well it's going, and all we basically did was eliminate all of our vegetables and certainly some of our baked goods that we've been doing on the keto diet. And we've actually had a really smooth transition. It's going really great. Energy levels have been really, really good, really high. And I will say I've never felt so full in my entire life. I'm eating about 2.5 pounds of meat a day. Seems like a lot, but actually that's pretty much what I can handle. My husband's about 4 pounds or so a day. And what I'm finding is that we'll eat sort of an early lunch, so maybe about 11 o'clock in the morning we eat our first meal of the day. And then 6 or 7 o'clock we'll have our last meal of the day. And the first day of it, everything went really well for me. The second day, I didn't eat until dinner. I just couldn't eat. I just wasn't hungry. And it wasn't that I just wasn't hungry. I had absolutely no cravings. I had no cravings for anything sweet like wine. I had no cravings for any like baked goods I make. I had no desire to snack. I just was completely satisfied and full. I haven't felt that way in a while, quite frankly, especially when I start introducing some of the baked goods during, the holiday season. It triggers a little bit of my sweet tooth. That's gone, and it felt great, and I absolutely loved it. For my husband, the reason why we're doing it, and he actually may stay with carnivore after the 30-day challenge, is because keto really helped him most of the way. He has a lot of IBS issues, so to speak, irritable bowel syndrome, and keto helped him maybe about 80% of the way to sort of, healing him and, where he's regular, so to speak. With this diet, he had a little bit of a transition for a few days, but everything has been really well for him. He feels great. He hasn't had any bloating or any issues with his gut so far. He's just been really happy with it and really excited about it, and just sort of like a brand new puppy almost. With this. So we're going to have information below by a couple of doctors that we've been watching on YouTube, sort of them talking about going carnivore, how to do it, pitfalls, things to consider. And also, obviously when I was looking at it, there was the nutritional concerns I had. But the interesting thing about it is that, first of all, with beef, you get all of the amino acids you absolutely have to function as a human being. That's number one. So also, I was looking at it from the standpoint of, do I have to take a vitamin C supplement? Because part of it, when I'm doing these diets, I really would like to find something where I don't have to supplement so much, essentially. And from what it's looking like, there's a lot of forums online of people who've been doing carnivore for not just like a couple of years or something, but people who've done it for 20 years or longer. And they're perfectly fine. They don't eat the organ meat, because usually you think you eat the organ meat to make sure you get all the micronutrients that you need. There are people who don't eat them at all and they're perfectly fine. And in some of these videos we're watching, these doctors explain the process of how our body tends to need more vitamin C to process glucose that we get from carbs. And that when we eliminate the carbs from your diet, your body needs less vitamin C. So your body sort of makes these weird adjustments, which makes complete sense because it makes an adjustment, obviously, when you're doing ketogenic diet by switching from the glucose fuel to a ketone fuel. So anyway, I'm not going to bore you with all the scientific details, but I'll link to the videos below so you can check it out. And I hope to do posts every week on how we're doing, video posts on how we're doing with it and how things are going. And yes, I know January has 31 days. Not 30, but we had one cheat day this week. and that was for my birthday. And we sort of knew that going in. So we're going to use the full 31 days of January. We will have 30 days of carnivore. We had one day where we had one meal where we went out and we had a little bit of wine. We had some birthday cake too to celebrate. But we got back into the diet the next day with no problem. We weren't, no upset stomachs, no issues, no problems. I think going keto into it like we did, no cheating or anything. We went pretty much keto going into it, and I think it smoothed our transition into going carnivore. With that, if you have any questions, put them in the comments below. Or if you're doing carnivore, definitely put in comments on how well you're doing and if you like it and things you'd change or what type of carnivore diet you're doing too. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you already haven't. Share with your friends. And until next time, I'll see ya.